folks, this will be the showbiz section, but there's very little to tell you. I've gone through all the normal sources, all the newspaper, TV, radio, and internet sources that I use, and I can't find much out there. So really, I've got a couple of thoughts regarding showbiz and people therein, and just a couple of bits, thoughts of news today, current news, current affairs. We'll start with the current affairs. It's the most serious. I see Putin says he is up for a 30-day ceasefire, then ultimately the end of the war. But it's got to bring lasting peace. And also I do want my cake and eat it at the same time. I want all my demands met. If they don't get met, then many Ukrainians are going to die. And I'm thinking to myself, Donald, you say you're going to get tough on this fella. You need to do it. He's already taken land. It seems to me you're letting him keep some of that land he's taken, if not all of it. Yet he still wants more. Unless he's told he can't have more, he will keep expecting it and going for it. It won't end anytime soon. Anyway, that's me off my soapbox. What else have I got to tell? Well, as I say, I can't find anything showbiz-wise. But I did see a couple of from the showbiz background today and my remit of watching the Cheltenham Festival, the horse racing. I seen, does she call herself the GC? Gemma Collins, she was there. Oh, I'm going to air it later on my racing news. You don't watch the racing news, you that watch the showbiz stuff, folks. I thought to myself, oh my God, what have they had this train crash on here for? It's a programme that I'm not over keen on at the moment. Anyway, racing, I love it. The offering from ITV, I'm not so keen on. I was less keen today when I seen her mush. I thought, oh no. She talked drivel upon drivel upon drivel. And then I'm looking through my internet sources and I'm seeing some pictures of her from earlier today. They're already on the internet, sharing a drink with her friend Danny Dyer. I thought, as if things couldn't get worse. I thought, I might have known he's going to be there if she's going to be there. That is one bloke and one woman I've not got a minute's time for. Not a minute at all. No, don't like either of them. And again, whilst we're talking racing, although it's not normally for you, I'll give you one name that you'll know from his media work. He's always on the TV and he's been on these reality shows. Frankie Dettori, if you've not heard about it today, he's taken the bankruptcy route, the easy route. Seemingly for about 10 years plus, he's had advisors trying to stop him paying tax, looking for all loopholes and so on and so forth. The tax people found out about it a few years ago, closed the loopholes down and said, no, you should not be using them, and you owe us X, Y and Z. At that stage, he blamed everybody and the dog, and he said, well, I don't have X, Y and Z. Can we discuss it? And whilst we're discussing it, can you tell nobody that I'm being investigated, I'm being looked at? At that time, the revenue agreed. They kept his name quiet. Then they said they was going to reveal it, and he tried to get an injunction out. I think he did get an injunction out to stop them revealing his name. Anyway, further down the line, a judge just said, no, the right to reveal your name. And 6 months or so ago now, it all came out. Might have been less. And he said he was still in talks with the revenue, and he does want to pay it. The advisors he had give him really bad advice, and they've all been sacked. Today he's come out, he said, I feel really, really embarrassed, but I'm going to have to go down the bankruptcy route. That tells me he just doesn't want to pay what is due. He just doesn't want to stand up to his obligations, because if he's not got money squirreled away, then nobody has. And I'm telling you now, he's earned an absolute fortune over the years. One of the most successful jockeys in the world by a country mile, on big retainers, on big fees. I just can't see how the man's got no money. I really can't. Doesn't leave a good taste, really, you know. But I think he's seen it well. It doesn't leave a good taste, and it doesn't look good when somebody like myself goes bankrupt. I will be embarrassed, but do I want to be embarrassed or give a lot of my savings away? No, I'd rather be embarrassed. I think that's the role he's taken. I might be wrong. Have we got anything else for you showbiz-wise? We've not, folks. Nothing happening, like I said. Very, very quiet. Very quiet. But I'm going to be back to you tomorrow. I've got one other thing for you. Somebody said to me earlier on the racing side of things, a side you don't listen to, I'm going to cover it there later or tomorrow. Are you not concerned about the dwindling views? Because the viewings have gone down and I've lost a few members, not loads, but a few. It's not growing at the moment. I've got things planned to make the channel grow. And it's not concerning, it's disappointing. It's disappointing when the views are down. I do blame a lot of it on YouTube, not pushing anything. Part of it obviously might be down to myself on the content, even though the ardent ones of you that follow everything I do and I'm grateful for probably still don't mind what I do, otherwise you wouldn't keep following. More have dropped off. But I do think that's part to do with YouTube, but it's also part to do with people thinking the guy's a one-trick pony, all he does is rabbit and rabbit about bugger all. I've had enough, I've not got time to listen to him no more. And that happens, folks. But as I get new members on board, which I will over the coming weeks, months and years, it'll grow and people will always fall by the wayside. But they'll get substituted and more with the people that jump on board. So the channel will grow. So yes, I do get disappointed a few times. It's life, you know, you can't see it growing because you want it to grow. As I've said in the past, this is something I now enjoy doing. But I set it up as a means to an end, so as when I retire I've got an income. It's not paying an income at this moment, it's paying nothing like an income. But if I grow it to where I want to in the next 2 or 3 years, then it will do. And I think I'll get there, I really do. So, the answer is, no, I'm not knocking it on the head. No, I'm not stopping anytime soon. And yes, you're just going to have to get used to this ugly mush and me rabbiting on a nightly, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. See you later. Like Parry then. He always does that. Did you know him? You don't have to know him. We're not alike, don't worry.